shaman and a tobacco executive both worked with the same plant. Here's where we arrive at the uncomfortable part of the story. The transition from sacred smoke to casual habit is, historically, an absolute disaster. When tobacco arrived in Europe in the 16th century, it spread with a speed that should remind you of something. Within decades, smoking had gone from an exotic curiosity to a continental obsession. By the 1600s, tobacco was being traded globally. By the 1700s, snuff, powdered tobacco inhaled through the nose, was fashionable across European aristocracy. By the 1800s, cigars were everywhere. By the early 1900s, the industrially manufactured cigarette had been invented, making tobacco consumption cheaper, more convenient, and more addictive than anything that had come before. What had taken indigenous Americans thousands of years to incorporate into a measured, ritualistic, deeply cultural practice was, in the hands of European industrialists, turned into a mass market consumer product within 4 centuries. The tobacco industry in the 20th century then spent decades and billions of dollars suppressing the evidence that cigarettes caused cancer. Evidence their own scientists had compiled internally. They marketed cigarettes to children. They hired doctors to endorse their products. They added chemical compounds specifically to make nicotine hit faster and harder and leave the system more quickly, maximizing addiction. They turned something ancient and ritualistic and communal into a product specifically engineered to be as physically destructive and as financially extractive as possible. A shaman and a tobacco executive both worked with the same plant. They had almost nothing else in common. The gap between a shaman in 500 BC placing cannabis on hot stones in a ritual burial and a tobacco company executive in 1960 signing off on marketing cigarettes to teenagers is one of the larger moral chasms in human history. Both involve smoke. Almost nothing else is the same.